And welcome back to Game Escape. Today we're going to be taking a look at what I consider to be one of the greatest platforming puzzle games of all time, and that is Umihara Kawase Portable for the PlayStation Portable. The game was actually originally released in 1994 for the Super Famicom, and I recall playing it for maybe 20 minutes in an import shop and thinking it was absolutely great. But I had looked on eBay, and the prices for the Super Famicom version are really sky high. You're looking anywhere from between $70 and $100 to pick it up. So when I discovered that they had released it for the PSP, I jumped on it, was able to get it for maybe $30 or $40. And it is just a tremendous game. It is more or less the same game that I recall on the Super Famicom. It has a really interesting premise. You seem to be, as far as I can tell, a young girl lost in a parallel universe filled with fish, and you have a fishing line, and the objective is to navigate your way through these puzzles, collecting as many fish as you can. Built into the game is a really, I think, for the time, sophisticated physics engine where, as you use your fishing line to kind of latch onto the platforms, you can give yourself some slack to swing and swing from platform to platform. You can attach yourself to these conveyor belts to get over obstacles. But if you want to be successful in the game, what you have to learn how to do is jump and swing very precisely from platform to platform, and it is tremendously challenging. There are about 50 levels in the game, including a couple boss battles, maybe 5 or 6 boss battles, which are incredibly difficult. And this is the type of game that has no save system. It's more of an arcade type experience. You just play, try to get from level to level, see how far you can get on each playthrough and how quickly you can do it. You're always being timed as you move through each level. The doors that you have to enter and exit become increasingly more challenging to get to, and it's just fun. It seems silly, it may seem kind of primitive, but once you start playing the game, getting into the game, you can lose hours on this. It is kind of that classic mix of traditional platforming. It is frustrating. It makes you almost want to jump out of your seat, but it's incredibly rewarding when you navigate a puzzle as quickly as you can. The music in this version is fairly repetitive, and honestly, it can get on your nerves after a while. But overall, it has a very, very relaxing vibe to it. Once you play through the game and you kind of memorize the patterns and the quickest way to get through each level, you play the earlier levels and you just sort of go through them in a pretty relaxed fashion. But when you get to those boss battles, when you try to beat your last playthrough and try to go from level 20 to 21, for example, or something like that, it becomes incredibly stressful. You do have, you start out with about 9 lives, so it's fairly generous. The game gives you enough time to really play through the difficult stages and move on in the game. What I absolutely love about Umihara Kawase is the sheer elegance of the entire experience. From the little visual descriptions that you get at the beginning of each level, to the puzzle designs, to the really precise requirements that the game has for you to make your way from platform to platform. It is just an absolutely wonderful experience in the tradition of all of the great platformers. You think of Castlevania, Mario, Mega Man, Metroid. This is an absolutely terrific game, very much the equal of all of those classics, and it is so sad that it has not yet been released in the West. Now I say not yet been released because there are rumors that the team that worked on the original are going to, or have already started, working on the final installment for the Nintendo 3DS. And we can only hope that finally this game comes to the West and we can purchase it more readily. Now, that having been said, this is a great game to import because there is absolutely no language barrier. All the information you need to play this game and enjoy it is presented visually. And so I would recommend this to anyone who just loves a good platformer. If you can find this, like I said, I paid $30 or $40 for it, well worth that money. This will absolutely absorb your time, and I believe it'll be one of the most unique and enjoyable gaming experiences that you've had in a while.